Abi, don't collect your own money because it is raining money and bread in Osun State right now. But that not be the gist, so I won't come tell on about because plenty things they will be so could talk about. Considering say things that always happen for inside Nigeria. Well, a humanitarian agency, as it were, don't blast Nigeria and Nigerian government talk say say the way things they happen for Nigeria don't slide like this, they enter inside tyranny. And people come to talk say this human rights foundation waiting concern on a concern whether Nigeria enter tyranny or not enter. Well, chillax, we'll go talk about that one. Plus all the things that will be say they happen for inside Nigeria, the matter with the EFCC or show state government and the EFCC dispute. In fact, all the things that will be say they happen. Now, what's an idea here to tell on? Welcome to Updated Precious, another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside the country, Nigeria. Make I just go take a small break. When I come back, we will begin enter inside the matter them directly after the break. Stay with us. We'll be come back. Good evening. Welcome to Updated Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they happen for inside the country. Well, if this is your first time joining us, please ensure that you click on the subscription button, like and share this post. Follow us like your village people. Make we they bring on a matter the way they happen for inside the country. All right, make we just enter inside. Go bring on us some kind headlines of this they happen. I just give on a small update of gossip for now before we enter inside DJs because I tell on I say the rain bread for inside Osun State. It was raining bread in Osun State. So I don't know whether you don't go collect your own part of the bread because a lot of people don't collect their own share of the bread. Say God no go come down from heaven, give us this day our daily bread because video evidences and all that don't show say people for Osun State they collect money, they swear say they go vote particular candidates, but that's not even all because apart from that one, now so evidence who don't show of customized bread will be sitting the share for inside Osun State. See the evidence there now. How far? You see how this bread. So the important thing about this bread, we say this bread, once you chop them, you don't go hungry for 4 years. As you just chop this bread, hungry no go catch you again for 4 years. Your belly go full. If you collect the money, you don't go hungry again for 4 years. Your belly go full. So that's now waiting they happen for inside Osun State. If more updates could be for inside DJs, but make I just go enter inside papers, bring on more things that they happen for inside the papers so they come back. So getting into some of the things ready for the dailies this evening. Let's see what we have here. Kwara abduction. 7 members of my family were released. Emir of Yakishira. Then they talk down, say they release 7 members of your family. That means not be all of them they don't release. And then Niger, police arrest 20-year-old over alleged midnight attack, attempted kidnap of 2 women. And EFCC returns 125 million naira recovered from alleged land fraud suspect to Lagos businessman. Man allegedly kills father, dumps corpse in well. Presidency cannot investigate itself into innocence over PFIPC scandal. Article 9, they talk that one in case you don't understand what's saying. They say, wait. Presidency, you not be the judge and jury for your own case because this case concerns you and what get to do with you and a member of the presidency. And you don't go if you can tell us, say, you judge the matter we get to do with you. Can't carry ICPC to judge the matter. Only you and ICPC can also declare on yourself very innocent and not do anything inside the matter. Abana, are you whining? You're not wearing pampers now. That now waiting article just a try talk. So presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Atiku Abubakar, has accused presidency of attempting to clear itself over the alleged fake Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council PFIPC scandal. So article said the presidency could not rely on the interim report of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, that is ICPC, as a proof of its innocence. Now, he argued that the report raised questions about how the alleged fraud was allowed to operate within government offices. He made the position known in a statement issued by his senior special assistant on public communication, Frank Schreiber. Article said the ICPC report identified cases of negligence and alleged connivance by public officers in governments and all of those. So he talked plenty of that thing, but we could leave. And bottom line, they say, no, 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 this judgment the ICPC gets, their investigation is not investigating enough. Because you go, how can you investigate and declare, say, everybody waiting for the presidency, they hand declare inside the matter. And that's a DME guy. And that guy. Well, let's move on. Emir of Yakishira Kwaranaf Senatorial District, Alhaji Umar Seriki Usman, has said 7 abducted members of his royal family were released on Wednesday by armed bandits. So, in a chat with newsmen today, Friday, the monarch disclosed that 3 of his wives and 4 children were among those released by the bandits who invaded his palace early this year. And he said the press conference by youth of the community in Abuja drew the attention of the federal government to the development in Yakishira, which led to the rescue operation. So he said quite a lot of other stuff. He said we are all happy about the development, but nobody feels secure because they are still with us and we don't know them. That's what you used to talk. But let's move on to other things we didn't say anyways. Now, 2027, Nigerians must come together, throw Tinubu out. Buba Galadima, I don't talk that one. You can't say, well, he talk about other things, so, but let's just look at it very briefly. So, chieftain of the NDC, Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDC, Buba Galadima, said that Nigeria must come together and vote out President Bola Tinubu. So he talked. This was as he alleged that Tinubu is making things difficult for other political parties to produce candidates ahead of the 2027 general elections. So he spoke during the inauguration of the NDC National Reconciliation Committee set up to resolve post-primary election disputes ahead of the 2027 general election. So today, the NDC put together a committee to resolve all the vex, so people the vex concerning their primaries APC they happen. So he further stated that the Electoral Act was designed and perfected by President Bola Tinubu even before it was taken to the National Assembly. He said that President Tinubu said that then design and perfect them, and they do them in such a way they say they know say other political parties will suffer. They make them do. So he said Tinubu is only protecting himself and the APC and making it difficult for other parties to produce candidates. The president is not thinking of a contest with anybody, but we won't allow it. Even if it is an empty coffin, all Nigerians must come together and throw him out of this throw him out for the sake of this country. So he said. Do you see that happening? Well, let's move on to other issues. IPAC denies relocating Oshun chapter election to Abuja, and then why Tinubu will win in 2027. Accord Party presidential candidates. You heard right? Yes. Accord Party presidential candidate, the talk say Tinubu will win 2027, but in the presidential candidate, it shock you. Okay, let's dive straight into that conversation. By the way, please like and share. If you're just joining us for the first time, subscribe to this platform and then please like and share. Welcome to everyone on the show. I appreciate you guys and I love you guys. So let's get straight into that conversation very quickly. All right, digging into the conversation, the factional presidential candidates of the national chairman of the national chairman of Accord Party, Professor Christopher Imomolen, says President Bola Tinubu is well positioned to win the 2027 presidential election because of his reforms, leadership, and growing nationwide support. This now factional presidential candidate, that is the presidential candidate of a party. Nine saying your opponents they more position to win the election. Then why are you a presidential candidate? Why are you a presidential candidate? If you know, say your opponents they more position to win and you don't perform too well, why did you even get formed to contest? Or you just want to contest to rubbish to make sure say your party, you scatter the party. Because why are you contesting when you have so much confidence and hope in the administration way on ground? What will be the exact reason will make you a contest? You know, there are things that happen in Nigeria that beats the eyes or imagination of any. You could just the one that say, it be like say things that happen for our country, just unique to us alone. A presidential candidate stating that Tinubu is the best person to win the 2027 election, and you are contesting with the Tinubu. My tired is tired of Nigeria. Well, Imola said this. I said, in fact, let me just forget about it. There's no need reading all that. let's move on. 2027. I see how they protect my mental health from the River State matter. And River State matter keeps, you just they poke my eye, they enter my eye. Well. Okay. We will back Wike's Rainbow Coalition and Tinubu in River State. Fubaras Allah. Remember Chijoke, the Port Harcourt City local government or same faction. All right, that's him there. He say now all of them are Rainbow Coalition IDD for River State. Wow. Interesting. All right, so let's go on. Oshun Guba, please broker peace between Accord Party, APC over rally venues. Okay, well, let's move on to other issues. Electricity, watch us in 14 days. Alex Oti tells FG over solar energy deployments. And then, okay, let's see what we have here. EFCC returns, I think I told it, sorry. Onayeko refused to recognize Tinubu as president in 2023. This is according to a particular bishop. And I will play with him and talk, telling us, say, so in fact, from the statement he made in that interview he had, he said it appears that Onayeko never even liked Tinubu in the first instance, saying no happy with Tinubu in the first instance. So now waiting they can talk that in talk. Not be saying Nigerians they suffer. Nigerians they suffer. So the man no Kukuma liked Tinubu in the first place. So now waiting make he get to react to waiting he talk like that. Let me read it out to you so you see. So the executive secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, remember, in the executive secretary of Nigeria Christian Pilgrims Commission, NCPC, Bishop Stephen Adegbite, he don't call. He recalled that Catholic Cardinal John Onayeko said he would not recognize Bola Tinubu as president until the Supreme Court ruled on the 2023 presidential election petitions. That is, say, when during the 2023 election, when Tinubu won the way they said he won, that Onayeko had said that he will not recognize that election until Supreme Court affirms saying that true. Now, a deputy, a Methodist bishop, made the disclosure while fielding questions on TVC today, Thursday. He was reacting to political prophecies ahead of the 2027 presidential election and urged Nigerians to access political candidates based on their performance rather than predictions by religious leaders. Now, according to him, some clerics who made predictions about the outcome of the 2023 presidential elections were proved wrong. A deputy said that following Tinubu's declaration as winner of the 2023 presidential election, Onayeko had declined to recognize him as president pending the outcome of the legal challenges at the Supreme Court. Now, in 2023, he said quite a lot. The NCPC burst urged politicians, actors, and the supporters to promote their preferred candidates without attacking opponents. Now, he said you can have your own candidates. He said so. That you can have your own candidates, but don't run down other people's candidates. Sell your own candidates. Let people see what your candidate has done to justify becoming the president of Nigeria. Adewite said the performance of Tinubu administration would influence Nigeria's decision ahead of the 2027 election. He cited ongoing infrastructure projects, including the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, and that high performance, and go make people go vote for him. And the Shagamu-Bini Expressway, go make people vote for him, as examples of projects that could shape public perception. You see this Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, Shagamu-Bini Expressway. Say these things go make people look and say, Tinubu don't work. Now, the work of Mr. President will speak for him, so he said. He further criticized the growing trend of political prophecies by religious leaders. And he said they only want attention. What make I just leave them there, but make I just play you. E.g., for example, make you hear what's in talk with your own ear. Take a listen.
You know, I don't want to refer to that, but since it has come out, you know, in 2023, when President was declared a winner, Cardinal Onayeko said he will not recognize Mr. President until the verdict is given at the Supreme Court, which is normal. But we said Nigerians have voted, and that is what people have said. So until the decision is overturned by the Supreme Court, that is when you can speak. But for us to say we don't have a president, we told him that time, we have a president. Yes. And you cannot tell us we don't have a president. And what has happened again, that is what we are not happy with. You are now starting the same thing that happened in 2023,
You are bringing it back.
and we have no problem with you having your own candidates. You can have, but don't run down other people's candidates. Sell your own candidates. Let people see what your candidate have done that justifies him to become the president of Nigeria. And we, the people who also believe in Mr. President, let them show the people.
Yes.
And the people don't even need to be told anymore. People have told you. Deny Lagos Calabar Road. Deny Shagamu Benin Road.
Orire.
Deny the Orire release. Deny many other things he has done. They only want attention. They want to attract crowd and traffic in their social media handles. And they are failing. In 2023, how many prophecies do you receive that it's not possible? Ashiwa, you cannot win. This is the one that will win. This is the one that will win. But at the end of the day, what you have to measure the call of a prophet is that whatever they prophesy must come to pass. But in all these prophets you have in Nigeria today, who have gone to the extent of prophesying between the winner of Manchester United and Arsenal, how can you take those ones serious? They've started again. But by the time election is over in January, results are announced, then we will know true prophets in Nigeria. So the work of Mr. President will speak for him. And that is what people want. Nobody says you should be in this one, be that one, but market your own candidates. Don't discredit any other. So prophets, see they are giving. We have 99% false prophets in Nigeria. Only 1 or 0.5 are real prophets. And when you see prophet of God,
You go, you see, what's in the BC, the president, the bishop talk. Well, it's up to you Nigerians to decide. But let's move on to other issues still in the news this evening very quickly. Yes, ownership tussle deepens as Osiomo Power threatens contempt action against CCETC. And Oshun EFCC legally empowered to freeze FG state government accounts. Falono, now you talk that one. Nigeria, Canada announced air transport agreement to ease direct flights. Makinde orders relocation of roadside traders in Oyo State. That's about some of the things we'll get from the news. Let's just move on very quickly to other things in the news. Okay, so moving on to some other things we do for inside the news. Let's see what we have here. Very quickly. Let's see. Okay. Article raises alarm over mysterious credit alerts, suspected data breach. Tinubu, Wike, Akume listed as PFIPC board members. Reps raise questions. And then let's see what we have here. 2027, Otum denies plot to replace Aundaka as Benue PDP candidates. Okay. Moving on to other issues still in the news very quickly. Let's see. Osun State government and the EFCC dispute a pattern of political weaponization instead of anti-corruption. Now, within the BC people don't notice. See, this one a pattern of political weaponization. And court document reveals EFCC secured order to freeze 3 Osun government accounts, not one, as claimed by anti-graft. And then Nigerians aren't stupid like your party members. It's impossible for one person to create fake agency, open CBN accounts, and have an office in a government facility. Nigerians tell Tinubu after ICPC cleared Ojabiani. You are not worthy to be called pastor after you consistently allowed yourself to be messed up at the altar of petty politics. Lawyer Arinze tells EFCC chairman Olukoyede. You shouldn't be telling him that. It's not fair. Well, when Nigeria actually begins to fight corruption, the first agency that should be subjected to intense investigation should be the EFCC. I've seen some Nigerians they talk. Now, APC Senator Chizoba's sworn INEC document shows he completed his primary school at 5, according to a document. Obtained NYC certificate at 23, years before law degree. Well, let's move on. After all, this cannot be a ground for you to dispute anything again. I mean, people will talk with that. Okay, so that's some documents reviewed of some candidates. According to sworn document, Senator Chizoba will be an aspirant for inside APC. Now, what's in the document should be that. Well, Davido is a great guy, but needs to speak out more on social on issues affecting Nigeria. People don't they tell him say, not be only this option or me talk more too. Meanwhile, P2B donate 10 million to Enugu Nursing College, urges Nigerians youths to reject tribal religious politics. And then audio evidence exposes how Tinubu's NSA, Ribado, planned his planned detention of Bosia President Kaigame for exposing how governments negotiated with terrorists on the release of the Borno victims. Nigeria has a leader whose parents, qualifications, nationality, citizens, or citizenship don't know because he carries a Guinean diplomatic passport. Professor Chidi in Carolina, he told us. He said, when I get president, he'll be saying, I don't know your mama, and I don't know your papa, and I don't know anything about them, and I don't even know your real background, and he gets a passport of another country. And I need a shame. Chidi Odunkalo. Okay, Chidi, why are you saying this? Throwback of how John Anaeko, Cardinal John Anaeko had said Nigerians should refuse to accept a country where certificate forgery is okay. Elections are rigged and you are told to go to court. You may not have that before. Meanwhile, opposition have not fully done their homework. Social commentators begin to say they tell Nigerian leaders to recreate history, lead charge to report Tinubu to Trump over tyrannical rule. So make them report, make them do anything with them fit to report Tinubu to international community. So they need it because if not Tinubu did the opposition, so if I don't make all this opportunity, but they need to do them well. Now, despite billions of naira in budget allocation, beavers machines used for elections run on outdated Android versions. In fact, Android version 6 and 7, where they released since 2016. 10 years later, I don't get updated Android versions. And meanwhile, our beavers no fit updates. And this thing can make the beavers get multiple vulnerabilities. And this now waiting one IT expert, Oluwafemi Adebayo, they talk. So why are we spending a lot of money budgeting for, equipment every year when we cannot update the services of the ones that we already have? Meanwhile, Sokoto government accused of abandoning community to terrorists as hundreds of families flee for their lives following repeated attacks. If you see the people living in droves in Sokoto state, people just they pack their loads, they run, they come out. People come to talk saying, wow, if people pack load like this in this number, they come out like this, how many people can remain for their villages be this so now? And what exactly is the government doing about that? And what is the ideal thing they should even do about it in the first place? So people does the complain saying, "Now, wow, should people really continue like this?" It's a situation where we say people they practically they escape their own land, where we say them from come. This is the fate of a lot of people from inside Sokoto State because hundreds of residents, including women, children, and other elderly persons, had fled. I think Onguwara Lale community for inside Sabonbereni local government area of Sokoto State. If I make I show you a little bit of footage, make you see what's happening there. Take a look. So that's it. You can see people packing their load, living in their numbers, and pack load. Now people, now human beings, but that's they find a way to escape. It's sad, but this is a reality for a lot of people in Sokoto State. As people carry their load, they move in droves out of Sokoto State because of terrorist attacks for inside the state. Very sad. But let's move on to other issues very quickly. Show interest in national politics too. And that's what they don't tell Davido. Meanwhile, Human Rights Foundation says head of state Bola Tinubu stole Nigerians' mandate in 2023. And then Port Rivers Emergency and APC or jail politics under him in latest index. I'm not going to even see what's in the even put up for this index. I have about 2 reports on them and I'll look at it. So the Human Rights Foundation, HRF, has classified Nigeria as a fully authoritarian regime, citing the flawed 2023 presidential election, that produced President Bola Tinubu as president. The electoral irregularities, violence, voter disenfranchisement, and growing restrictions on democratic freedom. So the foundation makes the claims in its latest assessment published on its Tyranny Tracker platform. So, where Nigeria was placed on the fully authoritarian category after being accessed across electoral competition freedom of dissent, and institutional accountability. So, according to the Humanitarian Human Rights Foundation, they classify Nigeria as ruled by a fully authoritarian regime. Nigeria is a federal republic of 36 states with a presidential system government, the foundation stated. So the foundation said Nigeria's democratic institutions have deteriorated despite more than 2 decades of uninterrupted civilian rule since the country's return to democracy in 1999. The organization argued that successive administrations have concentrated power across executive, legislature, and judiciary, while corruption, patronage politics, and impunity have weakened meaningful checks in government authority. So the foundation was particularly critical of the 2023 presidential election that produced President Bola Tinubu as the winner. The foundation described the election as flawed, citing legal challenges, protests, election-related violence, alleged irregularities, and other disenfranchisements. So the head of the state, Bola Tinubu, was declared the winner of the flawed 2023 election, the report stated in part. It further alleged that the election was discredited by violence that killed more than 100 people during that election, the disenfranchisement of more than 1 million voters, and evidence of irregularities and manipulation. According to the Human Rights Foundation, the controversy surrounding the election and this quiet and subsequent legal challenges raised serious questions about the credibility of Nigeria's electoral process. So the foundation also accused the ruling establishment of maintaining an unfair advantage over opposition parties, alleging restrictions on opposition campaigns, limited access to public facilities, and state-owned media, excessive administrative charges, and interference by security agencies. The regime hinders opposition parties. That's what in the right to quoting them now. Except says the regime hinders opposition parties' electoral campaign, engage in voting irregularities, enjoys significant and unfair campaign advantage, and undermines independent electoral oversight, it said. So the Human Rights Foundation also accused Nigerian authorities of restricting dissent and putting pressure on critics of government policies. Some people will not agree for what government do. They restrict them. They find way to even put pressure on them to do otherwise. They talk a lot of things. So make I even go to part 2 of what they talk, because in fact they say as Nigeria they Nigeria don't become full-blown authoritarian government. And they will do like this inside the country. Say nothing, you won't tell them. That's what they said. They say under Tinubu, Nigeria slides into tyranny as human rights, of course, declares country as fully authoritarian regime. That's what the doctor say. Nigeria a fully authoritarian regime. Now be say don't enter. Well, joining us for inside the studio to put more perspective to some of this conversation, Prince Francis Chilaka. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the show, sir.
Yes, good evening, Precious. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Welcome, sir.
Very well, thank you. Welcome, sir. My network may not be too strong, but let's see how
We can hear your voice,
best
and
we can
that's
take
fine.
advantage.
We can hear your voice, and that's fine. So let's keep it going.
All right.
Okay, so do you believe that Nigeria has authoritarian?
Into authoritarian? Well, there's nothing that is not possible in Nigeria today because a country where those in government commit crimes and we just like sweep it under the table, and it looks like nothing has happened. What do you think people would say? You hear Nigerians crying about hunger and all of that, And then the government is saying, be patient, make sacrifices. So what does that portend? It simply shows you, yes, that to a large extent, we're sliding into what we have not bargained for. Because true democracy entails the people having the power. But in Nigeria, we don't even see the people, talk less of the power. We don't see the people. The definition of democracy is, government for the people, by the people, and of the people. What do you have in Nigeria? Government of the political class, for the political class, and of the political class. That is what you have. And so anybody, if you look at the body language of the president, the body language of those working with him, automatically you will agree with anybody that we're gradually sliding into full-blown dictatorship.
That the Human Rights Foundation is correct.
That the Human Rights Foundation is correct.
Well, when you have a situation where people can no longer freely, criticize the government, freely speak about the government, freely speak about those in the government, it's the first step to dictatorship. And that first step is to try as much as possible to silence the media. And once that is successful, what else? Who else can challenge them? Who else? So, well, I just know that Nigeria is a country, no matter how hard you try, when you try to bring that aspect of dictatorship, it has the system, even though the system is not what I would expect it to be, not what every Nigerian would want it to be as of now, when we know that the system has a way of, fighting back, and we're getting to that situation gradually, we're getting to it, where the system and the people will fight back.
So I don't know if you heard initially the report I read
So
about
I don't know if you heard initially the report I read
is this
about
all back from your end? Sorry.
Is this all back from your
That
end?
said,
Sorry.
let me put you on the side and answer that question. So there's a particular bishop that asked that said that primate, did I say primate? The Cardinal Onayeko had said he will not call President Tinubu president. He doesn't believe the president is our president until, that is after the 2023 election. And that was a statement he made, that he doesn't believe that until the Supreme Court, that is the tribunal judgments, passes judgment and it's in favor of President Tinubu, else he no go ever call him a president. And you can't they look like saying because of that bad belly when you get for Tinubu, now make the statement say things they had, not because of say things really they had. And this bishop went as far as saying that, he had this interview in TVC where he said that. And he went as far as saying that the works that President Tinubu has done can speak for him. And of course, they mentioned a couple of things. The Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, fantastic work. Now, waiting will speak for him, and waiting Nigerians will see, we will make them vote for him again. The Shagamu Bini Expressway, so that one, another thing we will make that will speak for President Tinubu. They even mentioned the release of Uriri children as part of the things that will speak for President Bola Tinubu. Let me take a reaction to that, sir. While we have this more like this drama with the presidency and clerics going on. Take a listen.
Well, I think what we have playing out in Nigeria is the fact that a lot of our clerics have abandoned the pulpit and have become politicians in disguise. I've always believed that it is the duty of the cleric to call leadership to order, to be able to be the voice of the voiceless, the voice of the downtrodden, the voice of those who are hungry, the voice of those who feel that government is not doing what they're supposed to do. That is what I have always believed. But today, what do you see? You see a lot of men of God, a lot of pastors who say one thing on the pulpit and then they do another thing and they say another thing in every forum they attend. So you keep asking yourselves, how far are we going to go with this? I don't think I don't think Cardinal Onaiko said what he said because he doesn't believe or he doesn't support or he does not acknowledge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president. No, I think people need to be honest and sincere with themselves. There is nobody in Nigeria today that is not feeling the pains of this administration. And when you talk about development, I keep asking, you're talking about building highways and super highways. What happens to the roads that were there before that have dilapidated, the roads that you cannot use? Why don't you fix the roads before you start building new ones? You know, so I find it very, very right at this point in time. I find it very shameful that we now have a divided men of God. We have the church has divided itself into two and all of that. So it's so shameful. You know, the church that is supposed to speak for the people, the pastors that are supposed to speak for the people, are on the other hand campaigning for the government. And you think it is well, you think all is well. All is not well. I have always believed in liberation theology. I have always believed, like I said, I believe that the men of God should actually speak truth to power. But in Nigeria, most men of God don't even understand the truth, talk less of speaking it to power. It's rather shameful, you know. It is rather shameful. And I want to lend my voice to the fact that if it was if what Onaiko had said was said by a Muslim cleric, I don't think we'll have this backlash we're having today. Because there are a lot of Muslim clerics that have said yes, they have said more. They have said more. This is a country where a cleric came and declared what is it, Fati or whatever they call it, on the wife of the president. We didn't get this kind of backlash. So why are we getting backlash? Because a man of God is telling the government that look, the people are suffering. The people are dying of hunger. The people are dying of of taxation. The people are no longer who they used to be. And you think it is funny, and you think it has to do with whether he has built roads or what. No, it's not. The same people who are saying, "Oh, government has done so well," who are saying, "Oh, the government has, like they say, net funds. Is it net funds that's giving loan to students and all of that?" I ask these same people when they went to school, did they go on loan? A lot of the people we have in government today, right from Mr. President to Senate President to quite a number of your governors, they went to school free. The government, the Nigerian government paid for their school fees. They went to school when their parents could afford it. So now you're saying that Nigeria has become a country where people must borrow money to go to school. And you believe it's an achievement. Good. The children in Oyo State that were kidnapped have been released. Kudos to government. When they do the right thing, we wish them. But don't forget, there are children in Borno State that were kidnapped at the same point, the same time. Why have they not been released? Have we forgotten about them? Why is it that we're not talking about it? So the insecurity in the land is something everybody's talking about. But when you talk about it, government will give you 1,001 reasons that they have excelled, they have done this, they have done that. No, I would say to the man of God who is trying to rubbish the truth that Bishop Onaiko has said, he needs to go back to the seminary and be retrained to become a man of God.
All right, sir.
All
Let me
right,
put
sir.
you aside. I
Let
think we
me
need
put
to
your
pause
second question
quickly
because
because of the
because of
sound.
the
Okay, so some of the gossip I won't give you. I don't know whether you hear yesterday say the former Abia State Governor, Chief Ojuzokano, he come out come talk say nobody go fit contest the Abia State election with Alex Oti. Say Alex Oti go win. The same person wey talk say Oti dey paint roads and wey don already work before. Same person wey talk say when the time come they go know who go win. People come surprised to hear Ojus Okalu they talk that kind of thing. Are you sure this statement is credited to him or someone else? That Oji, that nobody can contest the 2027 governorship election in Abia State with Alex Oti. Say he must surely win. Then he can't reach today now The governorship candidate of in party APC for the state, wey im name na I think Eric Kopa, na im be im name. He come and come talk say no 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 no, this thing what Joseph Okalo talk, President Tinubu, you cannot abandon your candidate in Abia State oh, don't abandon me like that. Make I play make you see the evidence of wetin im talk.
I am the candidate of Mr. President. Therefore, our hope is very sure. Mr. President will not leave his own party for another political party. So I'm not going to join issue with any leader for whatsoever. For me, the same way they believe in Mr. President is the same way I believe in Mr. President. So there is no question of listening to anybody. Whatever anybody says is entitled to his own opinion. So for me, I believe in what we are doing, and I believe in Mr. President. So I task you, and since this structure I have been supporting for the last 2 years, now I will support it more and more and more. So please.
So Prince Francis Chilakasa, what is going on in Abia State? And this was just immediately a day after Ochizo Kalu made that statement. Now you can't come the respond. Make I take your thoughts, sir.
Well, the truth be said, Governor Oti is working. Governor Oti has set a standard that his predecessors over time could not set. He has turned a desert, so to say, into a stream. He has brought the magic that can only be attributed to the late Simon Bakwe of blessed memory to Abia State. And so, truth must be told, Ojus Okalo understands the truth, and Ojus Okalo has spoken the truth. And that truth is that there is no vacancy in Government House, Abia State. Anyone trying to contest it is just going to waste money. But, let's leave Ojus Okalo. I want to look at the APC gubernatorial candidate. That man is shameless. That man does not understand politics. That man is a disgrace to APC. And I'll tell you why.
Who, sir? Do you know the mental part?
I don't want to know who he is.
Hey.
But the point I'm trying to make is the fact that you are contesting an election and you are boldly telling everybody that you are the candidate of Mr. President. In other words, if the people of Abia State say they don't want you, you believe that the president has the instrumentality of making you a governor. That is what he's saying. He's not saying any other thing. All he's saying is that he believes that even when the leaders of the party in the state, who understands the handwriting on the wall, who have seen that it is impossible, it is practically impossible to remove the present governor, and you're not even believing in yourself. You're not even believing in the fact that, the people of Abia State will recognize me and vote me as their candidate, as their governorship candidate. In other words, he has thrown, the sovereignty of the people into the gutters and has placed his hope on one man. That is Mr. President, believing that Mr. President has the magic wand of making him a governor. That is why I said he is completely clueless and shameless. If I was the president, I will call him and tell him, Mr. Man, you are not worthy of bearing the flag of the state. Honestly speaking, I don't understand where he's coming from, but I'm telling you that this man needs to understand that the president does not just pick you up and make you a governor.
No, the
We are
president has to
practicing
support his own
democracy.
The
candidates now.
president
That's what
has
he's
to
trying to
support his
say.
own candidates now. That's what he's trying to
We
say.
are practicing democracy, and democracy is power to the people. The president is not from Abia State, and the president has not even even if he's a candidate of the president, even if he believes in his dreams that Mr. President can make him a governor, what he has just said now is an indictment on APC on the fact that they do not believe in the sovereignty of the people. They do not believe in the power of the ballot, but rather they believe in the fact that because you're a candidate of Mr. President, you must become a governor. I mean, for me, this is nothing else than rubbish.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Let me quickly take your thoughts on some of
Let me
the
quickly take your
issues.
thoughts on some
Okay.
issues. Okay.
The PFIPC. Oh,
The
I'm so sorry
PFIPC.
because of this.
Oh,
Let
so
me take a
sorry.
look at
Because of this.
it. So the PFI, the ICPC don't bring out result of the investigation, very high powered investigation. What they do, because of who thief, who talk about fake agency, who know do about fake agency. So they've come out with this investigation, and for inside waiting and talk, the ICPC or the quarter will come out for the thing talk saying, say I seen them torchlight the matter well, but Abia hand no the inside. And so presidents hand no day inside. So then commot them for the matter. However, the talk say that are they make now he single handedly do this thing will be say do. But another case come they come out come here say out of for inside the registration of the agency, President Bola Tinubu, Wike, Secretary to the State, the SGF Akume, then they listed as the board members. So now House of Press come they say these people are board members. How this person will get mind register an agency with these people, a whole president as board member? But even at that, say the ICPC don't conclude investigation yesterday, and the president don't receive the report where he said they exonerate Bajabia Mila and other people them for any wahala for inside. Even though say they can't discover say about 2 more fake agencies day from waiting or Adeyemi, from say 2 more fake agencies from the same man. That is this same person. Apart from creating 1 fake agency, con using hand, Connie again, bring out 2 more fake agencies. The ICPC boss said quite a lot in that. Let me show you a brief of snippet of what he said. Please take a listen, sir. So this was him handling the report to President Bola Tinubu.
Thank you.
This is a report. So this is the internal report, which is Excellency Director to investigate the issue of Matthew Adeyemi about the fake agency which you have submitted to Excellency today. And our deadline is supposed to be tomorrow. So we are submitting before the deadline elapsed.
Okay. So after this, he spoke briefly to the press. So they speak briefly to the press, explaining what's in the BC happened and
submitted
so go on. So let's
into the fake presidential.
Let's see what he said very quickly. So he had a little media chat.
As you may recall, on the 7th of July, Mr. President has directed ICPC to conduct an investigation into the fake Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council and to submit the report within 30 days. And today is exactly the 30 days, which we have submitted an internal report of what we have discovered based on an interaction with the stakeholders involved in the issue. Now the President has took right decision in the spirit of transparency and accountability and directed ICPC to address the media for the benefit of Nigerians so that Nigeria will know what our investigation discovered. So, flowing from the internal report, we have discovered and it has been established that Adeyemi Matthew was never appointed by the federal government or any authority of government. Then the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council, which sometimes they call it Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, was never established by any law or executive order or other valid instrument of government. And the appointment letter presented by Adeyemi Matthew was completely forged alongside similar documents used to perpetuate the illegal activities of the fake agency. If you recall, there was a gazette, a law which was forged as an instrument which he used to support the fake agency. That gazette, or the law that was gazetted, is an illegal law. It has never passed through the processes as provided by the law. And also the PFIC cannibalized the former Presidential Economic Advisory Council, PEAC, and illegally appropriated offices and instruments of operation. What we discovered, that the office used by the fake agency through the Adeyemi Matthew was that the office of PEAC was broken, the law was broken, and had access to the office. That was how he was able to get inside that office. And also the false projection, false representation, widespread impersonation, and wide range of illegal activities were perpetrated by the fake DG of the fake agency Adeyemi. And also our internal report found that there are weaknesses in verification, interagency oversight, and government processes that we discovered that those weaknesses were exploited by Adeyemi with some level of negligence and connivance.
Let me just
and also our investigation found
lengthy press briefing over 15 minutes here about, so make an end I'm here. Let me take your thoughts, sir.
Precious, this is laughing.
Sir? Eh?
This is laughing. I don't know how to place this report or this press briefing by the ICPC chairman. We've had a new dimension to the whole story, and that new dimension is the fact that he's claiming that the office at the Federal Secretariat was broken into and being used by somebody. I don't understand. I mean, does it think he's talking to children of 3-4 years old? He's addressing Nigerians. If an office is broken into today in Federal Secretariat, is it not something that should raise an eyebrow? Is it not something that people within the same wing will be asking questions? Is it not something that people will be bothered? Is it not in the same office that people came to hold meetings with him? Supposedly ambassadors and all of that. So as at the time they were holding those meetings, as at the time that office was operating, they didn't realize that it was illegally being occupied. And who are these people who they now claim have connived with him? Are they completely nameless? So there is, see, for me, I just believe that something has gone wrong somewhere along the line. Because if you are saying there are 3 agencies being operated by one man, you are telling us that there was a law he gazetted, an illegal law he gazetted. Please, who gazetted the law? Does he have the power to gazette law? So why is this whole thing being, we just keep hearing, going back and forth? I really feel so bad because the way things are going in this country, it appears that we are gradually falling into banana republic, where anything goes. Honestly, because I don't understand, this press briefing. I don't know whether the press briefing is meant to educate Nigerians, to inform Nigerians, or just to laugh at, Nigerians. I just believe that it's a report that was not thought through, a report without proper investigation, a report like somebody just wrote an account of something and say, read it out. So I don't know. I've been trying so hard to understand what they mean when they say it's a fake agency. I've been trying so hard. So all the meetings that he held with your supposedly senators and some honorable members, it also implies that they too are fake. That's what it implies. And then you have a document showing that Mr. President and so are members of the board. Who on earth would question that? So there's so much we are not, we're not aware of. There's so much we don't know. And I think that government is deliberately trying to, you know, hide the facts from the Nigerian people. That's what I think.
All right, sir. So very quickly, make I take your thought on what you think will happen for inside Osun State yesterday. From the events of day before yesterday of the EFCC freezing the Osun State account because it suspects suspicious transactions, to the president feeling very embarrassed over it because when the team reach our president, you ain't no like him at all. Team vex am. For the first time, you get to write a letter, sign them by yourself. You know, say spokesperson sign them. He's saying they're utterly embarrassed. They go call, yeah, it's just 10 days to election. Hey, which kind of crime they commit? You can't be like say something they happen. And as he sign and finish, he call the governor. Jackson. Oh, I'm so sorry. Saying they embarrassing. No. You know, some people they act like this. How this guy, no matter what you not talk about what them do, or talk about say the court order they wrong, or whether you just talk, see the timing good call embarrass them. Like saying they put hand for waiting they happen for inside the state. All of that drama will be happening for Osun State. And as they talk about them, videos come the surface where people they swear an oath to they swear say they must vote a particular candidate. That one can't get people self they talk. They collect 10,000, they swear oath. Beyond the 10,000 swearing oath, other things can come out for inside the election too, like this very beautiful branded bread. Just early this week, it was a Reverend Father Aliyah that gave out his own bread, Aliyah's bread. Reverend Father Aliyah, you know him now. The Benue State governor, and give out his own bread. Then today now we can't see the bread of the APC governorship aspirant for inside Osun State. Make I take your thought on it. You can see the bread, very wonderful. I see what you remember. Like, this bread, the good thing about an long life and prosperity bread, as you chop out, you know, go hungry for 4 years. You know, that kind of thing. All right, Prince Francis, let me take your thoughts on all of this EFCC, the presidency, and of course, Osun State drama.
Yeah, I'll start from the point that where we say we understand there is hunger in the land, and because of the hunger, the politicians have, come to that realization that the people need food. So if APC candidates in some states, like Father Alia, Mr. Alia, so to say, and the one in Osun State are giving out bread to the people. Does that not confirm what Cardinal Nico said when he said that there is hunger in the land? Does it not pertain to that? Does it not really show you that there is hunger in the land? So that is what it shows. On their own, they are criticizing on ICO. Then on their own too, they are coming out openly to tell us, to confirm that, on the other hand, yes, there is truly hunger. Now, looking at EFCC, the powers of EFCC derives its power from the presidency. And so there is nothing the EFCC would do that the presidency is not aware. Nothing. The EFCC that we know works like the DSS. So the EFCC waking up from sleep, and going to court to freeze the accounts of Oshu State, and then the president telling you he's angry and writing love letter and all of that, for me, it's just, it's neither here nor there. The EFCC does not have the power to embark on such a journey without somebody, either be the president or somebody in the presidency, giving that directive. So it's all part of political gimmicks, so to say. And we all know what happens when things like this happen before election. The whole idea is to ensure, the whole idea was meant to ensure that the governor does not have funds, to be able to run the elections and to be able to provide the necessary things required for a free, fair, and smooth election. Well, I'm happy that Mr. President saw the need to write such a letter and the need to ensure that the state finances or accounts were not frozen. You see, that's why I keep saying we need to run through federalism. We need to run through federalism so that for the federal to intervene, it must be something that really, really requires the attention of the federal. But what we are running today, like I said, I don't know what we're running. Well, whether we are running democracy, whether we are running federalism, whether we are combining both, nobody knows what we are running the country today. But I feel so bad, and I'm sure a lot of Nigerians also feel so disturbed that suddenly the EFCC, without consulting the presidency, will take up, the responsibility of freezing the account of a state. I mean, that is really overbearing of EFCC. And as a result, it is high time the president looks at the character of the man he has at the helm of affairs of the EFCC.
Okay, so all right, so very quickly, let me play two videos and quickly take your reaction to those videos. Two of them, they speak to things really happen for inside Nigeria. One, a gold mine for inside Taraba State, and waiting to go on there. Another one, alleged gold mine for inside Osun State too. I think let's take a look at the Taraba. I think this is the Taraba incident. I think yes, Bali local government area of Taraba State. That's it. That's activities going on there. Okay, and then we hear that this is Osun State. I still have to reconfirm that.
Nah. Just look at it. Now for Kute Canada, now Kute. Now for Kute Canada. That's Lucas.
Okay, I think this footage is, I think they said either Enugu State or so, Abia State, I've forgotten which exactly. But I'd like you to speak to what's they happen for inside the country, where resources, we say, suppose be national resources, we suppose they captured in our budget to better the lives of Nigerians as they take the go. Make I take your thought quickly, sir.
It's becoming an interesting time in Nigeria. Becoming so interesting. It's been like something that has been going on and on and on and on, and nobody is ready to put a stop to it. The only thing that the government interest on is the oil. But I can assure you, Precious, Nigeria that I know
Sir?
has 33 most valued minerals in the world. 33. I know what I'm saying. And these minerals are in large quantities. And they're being mined illegally and in a very cruel way. And then you ask yourself, these minerals that are being mined, when they are mined, who takes custody of them? So you now see why banditry cannot end in this country. Because tomorrow these bandits who are watching would say, oh, there is gold in this area. What would they do? They go there. They will even force the indigenous into, hard labor for them to mine the gold for them. So there's need for government to understand that, basing your revenue and everything on oil is the worst mistake we have made in this country. It's honestly the worst mistake we have made as a nation and as a people. It is not today we started shouting, oh, there are mining minerals in the north. Why are they not bringing it into the federal? Why are they not bringing it so that every other Nigerian will benefit from it? But one man or two men would want to be the ones to get all the juicy contracts, want to be the one to be above all. You have a minister for mineral resources. Why has this minister not been able to curb illegal mining in Nigeria? Why? And why is it that we don't even get to hear how much the sector is contributing to the national economy? So those videos you've seen is, for me, it is an avenue by which the so-called militants or whatever you call them will remain there. Because they have seen so much money, they're already thinking what would come out of it. So it is honestly, Precious, this is a period for every one of us as a Nigerian to reflect deeply and pray earnestly for a country that will not disappoint every one of us.
So very quickly, another thing about two things we have today. One, the incident of let me quickly play the video for you. So I don't get
You can see how terrible it is here, sir. You can see how terrible it is here, sir. They dug into under the bridge, the overhead bridge connecting inside Festac from Alakija. It's very terrible. Hello, sir. I want to call your attention to this. This is the bridge that was constructed all the way from Alakija to link inside the first start. These scavengers have started removing iron from the pillar that support the bridge. You can see it, sir. This is what they have been doing. All the pillar holding the bridge, they have started removing the iron. They break the concrete and they started removing the iron. You can see. See, this is where we are now. See the way it was. This is the way it was. This is where we are now. It is very disturbing. How can scavengers be doing this in Lagos? This bridge was constructed by FHA about 5 years ago. But see what it has turned to become. Within the next 2 years, what they would have done to this bridge, I mean, it is imminent collapse. You can see. See it, sir. See the beginning. So as we progress, see how they have dug into the reinforcement of the bridge. Okay, you need to call attention of your authority to this. It is extremely bad. They use billions of naira to construct this, and see what scavengers have done. And this is what we are doing on a daily basis to make sure that this does not happen in Lagos. This is it. Sherry, you can see under this bridge. This is a bridge being used by heavy duty vehicles. Now they have excavated the sand, the cable, the iron under this bridge. See, this is like 4 meters right under it. 4 meters. Okay? It's disturbing. And
All right, sir. Let me take your thought before I play the next and last video, and then I'll take your final thoughts.
Fractions, this one is sad. Oh. This one is sad. It brings to question, why is it that our governors, especially, and the local government chairman rather, why are they all scared of continuity? Because for me, this is pure negligence on the part of government. Two, the question that we should be asking is, this bridge, is it being used? It is one thing to say, oh, they built the bridge.
I think it's around first time.
Is it being used? That's the question. Two, everybody in Lagos have been screaming about the menace of area boys, the menace of people who just turn under the bridge to their homes. But the government has always turned a deaf ear. And this is what happens when governance is thrown to the dogs. Honestly, this is something that would make the governor, if the governor was ready, to ensure that nobody, I repeat, nobody stays under any bridge in Lagos.
A lot of people will be rendered homeless.
Precious, under the bridge is not meant for people to live in. Let us not excuse the fact that we know that that government has not been able to provide accommodation. But I can assure you, when Fashola, if you recall, when Fashola was putting lights all over the place, did you see people sleep under the bridges? So it's a decision that the government needs to take. It's a painful decision, but they need to take it.
All right, sir.
They need to ensure that nobody, I repeat, nobody lives under the bridge. Nobody treads under the bridge in Lagos State.
All right.
Because as it is, you're saying, no, it is, what do you call them now? scavengers. But on the other hand, it could actually be those who know, understand, and know the value of the iron rods. But the important thing is that we thank God that it's been observed early, and the government would take appropriate steps to ensure that this does not repeat itself again, and to ensure that not only this place, that other infrastructures that have been exposed are taken care of.
All right, sir. So very quickly, let me show you the last video. So this particular video, I couldn't ascertain exactly where and when it took place or where exactly, but it just shows or passes one particular message across. The level of greed we BC we get for inside this country as people stash money for inside warehouse and allow the money to do their rotting. Why people they hungry?
Rabawa al'umma
So you can see
zunzurutun kaga mugunta ka bar shi
all these things in
kudaden
bill,
nan kaf suka lalace
stash
ka
of
duba fa
cash.
ka duba kudin nan da
They
suka
don't rot
lalace
and finish.
ka duba yanda naira suka lalace yanzu in banda Allah ya sa wayannan daloli in banda Allah ya sa dalan da suke cikin buhun basu lalace ba
Back to
kaga
them.
ai da ba haka ba yanzu lokacin da ake kashe da ka fitar da kudin nan aka raba wa bayin Allah duk wani abu ba zai fara ka ba kace ka la hawla wala quwwata illa billah ba ko me ba da dace
They see watts of cash, plenty like that, rotting. It's crazy. Let me take your thoughts and invite others into the house.
Nigeria, there's nothing we cannot see in Nigeria. No? Well, you have a country where snakes were swallowing money, and up to today, nobody has
Maybe that's
been
some of
able
the money
to.
where the snake. You know, say after snake swallow am, if you go vomit am, you don't see
Exactly.
the snake
So,
vomit am.
so it's a country where even gorilla, even monkey, they collect money, they go hide, they carry and run, and nobody arrests the monkey, nobody arrests the snake, and we all clap our hands and we move on. You know, it's unfortunate because maybe the man who snatched the money after snatching it, you know, died off or something, or forgot where it was stashed. You know, but it's unfortunate. This shows you, you know, how things have gotten bad in this country, and now you would understand why Cardinal Onaiko was crying out. So it's honestly, it is sad. It is shameful, but you know, you just believe that things will get better, not by the instrumentality of the kind of leadership we have today. No, but the people need to come out. The people need to say enough is enough. We are willing, we are ready to take back our country.
Much for instance, like I like to say this to you. Sorry for allowing me to disturb you a little bit today. Even though you
No
were
problem.
very comfortable. I mean, you clearly faced a lot of inconveniences because of the network, but I appreciate you for making out time to join.
No problem. Good night.
All right, sir. Thank you. Good night and God bless you. Tiwa Danjuma, welcome. CJ, you're welcome. Fire down. Let me take your thoughts
Thank you,
and
precious.
opinions on the conversations about tonight. Welcome, sir.
Greetings, greetings, precious.
Thank you.
Prince
Good evening, sir.
Pilaka, well done. Thank you. We
Yes,
miss
he has
you. But
commuted.
thank you.
He has commuted.
And yes, dear viewers, greetings. I hope you had
Welcome, sir.
a good day. My brother, I greet you. Precious, this video where you show about,
Good evening, TY. A great you too.
my brother, bless you. This video where you show on suspected naira we done rotting or whatever. We are really not sure. We're not sure what happened. Central bank has a way of destroying. When they collect all those monies, they turn and so on from banks, they return it to the central banks. Central bank has a way of disposing those monies, and they have contractors who help them dispose it. So we don't know whether that was the warehouse of one of those contractors. There's also the speculation that it was, most of these businessmen for the North, they put money for bank. They not get time for money for bank, particularly the farmers and so on. Because it's cumbersome, it's a waste of time. And they don't believe that they will give you their money to hold. And then when they come and collect it, is wahala. They don't have that kind of patience. They don't. So they put it, they store it. Even governor, you remember Barakinzu, once when they go see money for a house and they were accusing him, say government money found in government house, no palava. So they have this mentality, wait till they go banky. So they put them for house. So there's speculation that is now one of those politicians where EFCC they pursue, they run away, leave the thing, and eventually they discovered where it was the money. So we don't really know. But in Nigeria, all kinds of things happen. You don't see people they hide money for soccer away. You don't see people they dig ground, they put money, they put for roof. So anything goes, but we are not certain as to which case this particular one falling. So we can't say for sure what it is. But I just wanted to say that. But a lot of things where you talk today, I just thank God that not so many bad news today, particularly of killings and so on. The main topic, like saying our government. First of all, let me take the bishop, the Methodist Bishop Stephen Adegbite. Who is the executive secretary of Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission. First of all, he was appointed by Tinubu. And you don't want to buy the fingers that fed you. They get money directly from the presidency. And there have been issues in the past about what do you do with the money, how do you spend it, accountability, and let's put that one aside. 2, he's a chaplain of Aso Rock Chapel. So use your tongue to count your teeth.
So are you saying that the APC no look for any other person who they would bring to balance the conversation? They get to bring somebody ABCD on the payroll of the president. Is that what you're saying?
They don't care now. They don't send you. Right? Just look at what he said. You will see that he's biased. It started initially like he was. Let me tell you. About 9 months ago, he was on, I think, TVC and NTA. He was reacting to this vexation. When they tell him, say, Christians are, they massacre Christians for Nigeria, Trump provoke. Okay? It was one of those who came out on television to say, no, Trump was misled. There is no Christian persecution. Christians are being killed, Muslims are being killed, and that was what he was saying. So he's accusing Cardinal His Eminence, yes. The man, His Eminence has been speaking. That's a radical priest now, high priest. He's been speaking since Obasanjo, or even before then, when he was a bishop. He wasn't even an archbishop or this. He's been speaking. It's like Okoje. He's been speaking. So that time he was a good man. He spoke against Jonathan. He spoke against Obasanjo. He has always been speaking when he sees that something is going wrong. So now, because he don't talk, say, what did he say? What's wrong did he say? What is it that he said? Thank God, say, na Yoruba man from Kogi. If na Igbo person, they say, aha, IPOB, Obi. And now they now say because he's a Christian, Obi is a Catholic, he's the Catholic. Therefore, He's speaking for Catholics. He's speaking for Obi. He's speaking for his candidate. Are there no Catholics who are voting for Tinubu or who are in APC? Are there no Catholics who are in other parties? So, when you see people who are supposed to be respected and who hold high office, and they come out in this particular partisan way, you'll be surprised. Which one concerned Obi for this matter? Which one concerned his candidate for this matter? They didn't go there campaigning for anybody. They went to tell the president, listen, things are not going well. And that's part of their responsibility. Jesus did it. They don't understand the ministry of a priest. There are threefold ministries. There's spiritual, there's political. There's political, there's the priestly, this thing. So now 3-tier this thing. So all this way they say the priest should just face this thing. You can't find it anywhere. The person whether they model after is a priest, he's a king. He is also, the king is a political office. The priest is a spiritual office. So he occupies all those positions. In fact, now 3. I just try to remember the third one. I don't even remember. I don't the old. So when did they say no, he should know? John the Baptist did it, challenged the institutions. Paul did it. Jesus did it. The prophets of old did it. What are they saying? So what are they talking? They should just sit down and watch things. They don't buy from the market. They man and I they take the chop. They don't get relations. They don't get friends. They don't get Nigerians. They don't get human feelings. Are they not helping the Nigerians? Some of them have hospitals. The Catholic Church has hospitals. The Catholic population, about 35 to 38 million. And so if they come and they are telling their pastors, they are telling their priests how they are feeling and the impact of government policy, they should not talk. They have hospitals, they have schools, they provide as much as they can for the people. So they have a stake. They have a stake. And you say he's supporting one person, one candidate. I don't understand. So that's why I don't like criticizing ministers of God. I don't. Because I'm also part of it. But that doesn't mean that Paul challenged Peter. That doesn't mean that if you see your brother or see something wrong, and the way and manner they presented it is not offensive. Now they're trying to clean it up. They're calling Akume. Yeah, okay, now we are trying to dialogue with the Catholic Church and so on and do this and do this and do that. What kind of people are these? If he had spoken so glowingly about the government, they will hail him. I don't understand. So it's up to people. And look at the things that he talked about. When he was saying, the president is doing well. That's his opinion. He's entitled to it. Shagamu Bini Expressway. Go and pass there now. You saw the rain that fell the other time. People stayed 2 days, 3 days. The whole place flooded. They're not even moved. You go Calabar, Lagos, Calabar, Coastal Highway. I don't want to talk about it. You saw it now. You saw Gombo people complaining. The road said they never finished the whole thing. You don't give up. You don't fail. Apart from the fact that there was no due process. That people were displaced. Nigerians were displaced, and some of them not compensated. That's an achievement. And then you talk about Orire kidnap this thing. The people themselves have come out to say, government hand no day. You heard it now. You played the video. The people who then kidnapped themselves say, government hand no day. And they told a different story. And then they say they congratulate government. It's congratulating government for people where they capture, where they inside bush, they behead somebody head, kill a headmaster, kill some other people. And then they found their way by the mercy of God, they were released. And what are you congratulating government for there? You couldn't protect them. You couldn't provide security for them, which is part of your job, which you swore to. You are congratulating people who managed to escape. What are people where they kill? Him where be this thing where they receive subvention, where they work. Did he go to Ibadan? Did he go and see the people? So these are when you hear this kind of rhetorics from people who are supposed to know better, you wonder what is the what if you don't work for, you're not a politician now. The church takes care of you as a bishop. These are compromised people, which is unfortunate. That's why people, they take the church, they do anything where they like. Look at what he's saying. I'll leave that one at that. Look, I go to the men, you know, which the Coco. That's now the report of ICPC. President Precious, can you know, for court, if a judge, if they bring a case for court and the judge look the case, the person where maybe they be the accused is the relation of the judge or a friend of the judge, or person where and don't do business or do anything, somebody who he knows that have a relationship, some filial relationship, the judge go say, in the interest of fairness, even though he might be a very good judge who, you know, is disciplined and would dispense justice, you know, the way it should, he go say, just because justice must not be seen to be done. I mean, justice must not be done. It must also be seen to have been done. That's the kernel of justice. So you cannot be a judge in your own case. ICPC is an appendage of the presidency. Presidency cannot be the judge and the jury at the same time. That is one. Two, there are two sides to a story. Again, the lawyers will tell you that. There are two sides to a story. Even coin itself, common coin, get two sides. Was this man invited before ICPC so they can hear from him? Because you are doing an investigation. Did you invite him? Even if he's going to say nonsense. There's no record that he was invited. Now, but, oh Lord. Okay. All the things where they don't talk, where they are findings, with due respect, Precious, what of the person will die? Tiny Mola will die.
We never talk about him. Later we'll go reach your own side. We never reach
Is he a ghost? Is he a real Nigerian? Did somebody die? If he died, what killed him? Was there an autopsy? Was there a forensic? Did you check his phone log? Why was the hotel where he stayed demolished with just in a few days after that incident? Why? Who demolished it? Why was it demolished? Precious, did money change hands? Did you check the banks? Did you check accounts of the people involved, both the fake man and the one that is being accused? Did you check whether there was communication? Did you check the bank accounts to see whether there was any way money changed hands? Where is the weaknesses that you caught? I saw one of them who was saying he borrowed money from me and blah, 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 blah. Precious.
Sir.
So, was there bribery? Was somebody killed? If the person was killed, is it fire? Where is the report? What happened to the hotel? The hotel owners, did they come to testify?
But we'll never talk about, and the ICPC not tell us whether they even check that particular conversation, that area.
Oh, fine. Now, apart from the thing where no make sense, the man was so intelligent. In fact, the thing when he do even pass, what be this guy where this Nigerian where then sentence, America sentence will become man, you know, where the man beat his IQ was very, very high. He beat everybody, beat the presidency, beat budget, beat head of service, beat SDF, beat presidency, enter everywhere, diplomats, enter everywhere, then even go for road safety. When you go for road safety just look the letterhead. She say, oh, president is a member of the board, and Wike is there, Akume is there. Quick, they give him 7 number plates. They didn't check. They didn't cross-check anything. They beat the bank.
But does that not expose even more scary situation about our country? The fact that somebody can just come up from nowhere, get mind, get this kind of idea, penetrate our government agencies like that, does that not show the porosity of our government agencies? Whether or not me they think I'm like that. Because this is actually dangerous for us to admit. In fact, the admittance that this man was able to pull through this is dangerous. It shows how porous our security is, our checks and balances are. The fact say we need to do due diligence. The fact say it be like say almost all the agencies they corrupt. Because how can this happen? Waiting happened to the duty. So there is no check in place. There's no kind of security measure, nothing there in place. So that means we're all in trouble. So the admittance of this alone, is it not even dangerous? Does it not pose more danger to us?
The reason the House of Rep is doing their investigation now. The man say, make them bring and come, make him testify, but make them do them in the open, no secret testimony. Precious, how is it that this fake man came close to the vice president, took picture?
The man not try you. The man not try. What's in that man for do? If for cool down, record everything when you know, put for a video with evidences, keep, share them to different places. Say once they arrest me, expose these things that I know. I'm sure he would have been different for. Well, he wasn't smart enough. The smart man, not they smart enough in that case because he didn't show like he's as much genius as they have made him to look like.
Precious, you know, there is when we're small, they read all these novels. There's a guy, maybe you go down here, James Hadley Chase. I'm not sure they don't born on at that time.
I started reading my mother's James Hadley Chase at
your mother's.
My mother's they were my mother's books. She had quite a lot of them. I started reading them. I read them through our primary school. Then when I go to secondary school, I will use her copies to borrow more books from. You know how you used to exchange books?
Yes.
I did that a lot.
So one of his series, now Tell It to the Birds.
Yes.
Tell it to the birds. So tell them to tell it to the birds. They think say Nigeria and water night day for their break. Is that what they think that Nigerians? Okay, go and tell it to a Oyibo person. This whole catalog of events, just tell it to a Oyibo person. We don't know Nigeria. We know. Just tell him this story and see what he's going to tell you. You see, how can even they write a report against the EFCC man? Is there at the behest of the president? How can he write this thing against his own agency, his own this thing? He won't. Nobody was indicted. Only the man I did bad. Then the other ones were free. He just gleefully just say there was lapses here and there. For such a serious matter, how anyway, in an investigation, they don't pass on to the president. Let us see what the president is going to do. This is not something that you play with. This is damaging to the presidency. This is damaging to Nigerians. If this kind of perfidy, this level, can be perpetrated by an individual, it's not an individual that did it. There were complicities all over, all through. What is the relationship between him and the chief of staff? What happened between him? That's why they have to look at the phone logs. That's why they have to check, find out. Have they been talking? Is there communication? What happened? And were they struggling for girlfriend? Was it money issue? And then how is it that he broke the door according to the ICPC chairperson? He broke the door and entered inside that place for federal secretariat. Not this federal secretariat. He broke in there, entered there. He stayed there for months, if not years. Okay, how did the thing get into budget? How was it smuggled in? How did he get access to banks and to all the people when he meet people who are serving? Nobody detected it, nobody said anything, and then suddenly something now happened. That place, there's a lacuna.
But somebody asked a question, no. Person say make a help amount, make a help in ignorance. I bet say the president did different from the presidency. Now, can the presidency give a directive without the knowledge of the president or the orders of the president? Clarity, please. He needs some. So only you go answer this question.
Sometimes when we use the presidency, we just want to be we want to be diplomatic. We want to lie. Because when you say the presidency, you just want to, you don't want to be blunt. That's my way of lying. So I'm also partly guilty because this kind of a thing cannot happen unless somebody is sleeping on duty. And for the long time, remember that this man was put in jail. Was arrested. He came out from prison. He still went back to the office and he was running his business. So to answer the person's question, when you say the presidency, okay, you are talking about a whole. You see, when you say president, there's a difference between, if you really want to take it from the literal interpretation, there's a difference between the president and the presidency. But the presidency is all encompassing. There are agencies that make up the presidency. But the head of that presidency, if you're looking at it as an organization, is the president. So if anything happens in the presidency, the buck stops, at the desk of the president. So anything that happens there, he must be concerned. Now, if you look at the attitude of the presidency, there is a case against somebody who is so vital to you, who is so instrumental. Everything has to pass through him to get to you. And there's an allegation, serious allegation for that matter. And you are an accountable government. What you do is, what is this thing that I hear? Step down, go on interdiction, for some, or go on false leave. Let us investigate this thing. Because of propriety, you want, even if you don't mean it. That's why I said that justice must be done, that is one, but it also must be seen to be done. If you do justice and it's not seen to be done, it's nonsense. So you have cleared the man from day one, even when the allegations were on, and you gave him an office. That means you trust him. A very, very important office to go ahead when there are allegations against him. It's not done like that here now. If you're copying the American system, which they claim they're doing, that's not how it's done here. It doesn't happen like that. So there's a different system that you're following. If you cannot distill your personal interest from the interest of the nation, you have a problem. You're a bad leader. Because your personal interest must align with the goal of the nation, because you are not a president of a party or a group of your cronies or your ethnic group or whatever, or your religion, your faith or whatever. Once you are there, you become because the people who pay the bills in Aso Rock, all the bills, are Nigerians. Now their taxes, now their money. So you become a president of Nigeria and you are accountable to the people. So if you choose not to be accountable, then there's a problem. Because if it is in China, some of these people don't go. They don't kill them. They don't die. Because this is very, very. How many of these things don't happen? We don't see so many things where they don't do with agencies. They use them as a special purpose vehicle. You take an agency, you go and hide money there, use it to go and do something in Kaiwan Namoda, Meanwhile, the agency the money is meant for the vote. It shows that they have money, but they don't smell the money. How long has this been going on? This is serious. And this should have led to heads rolling. So that work, I'm not trying to disparage the work of the ICPC, but I'm saying that, come on now. Even a primary 6 child can do better than this. This is not investigation.
Sorry, sir. Make I let CJ talk more. Thank you, CJ. Good evening and welcome. CJ, are you there?
I am here listening to my brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. TY, thank you very much, because I can listen to you all day. I'm never gonna get tired. Because,
oh my God! Thank you, CJ.
I can definitely listen.
Why are you blushing, sir? I'll get you why they do stop it. I like it.
No. My brother talks a lot of sense. He does talk a lot of sense. He's very much in touch with reality and what's going on in our great country. Precious, thank you. I want to just touch on a few things that you highlighted tonight. Really very important thing. First of all, because the way we think and the way I think, everybody, no matter where you are or where you reside, should think safety first. safety. Safety comes first. In here we say health is wealth. And that brings me to the topic of that bridge. I thank you for highlighting that because, wow, that's shocking. Because if half of what was revealed in that video is seen anywhere in this part of the world, that bridge will be blocked by health and safety immediately. No one, I mean, not even a chicken will allow to you access that bridge until that's fixed, right? Because if, for example, your dog goes on top of that bridge and falls over, breaks its leg, all right, the government would be in a big hot of soup. That can actually make maybe the councillors or whoever is in charge, or even the MP of that area, or even the prime minister to lose his job because it's pure negligence. I mean, it can compromise the health and safety of your people. We say that quite, and which is a word that is overused all the time. The priority of a government is to protect lives and properties. We say that we're well overused. But what does that mean, really, in reality? Do they care? Do they actually care? I am sure if Precious could see the video of that bridge, the governor of Lagos State and the councils and all the people in authority in Lagos must have seen that bridge. And people access that bridge day in, day out. And I know how lovely my country can load up a truck that probably is meant to carry a particular luggage for 2 times, maybe 3 times, and they probably load it up in one go just to squeeze every demon into that truck. And that would be as heavy as anything you can think of, accessing that bridge. And sometimes, as you would know, our Lagos is riddled with traffic. So people could be stuck on top of that bridge for hours with heavy loads and cars and people. And it only takes a second for things to go wrong. So I am praying and I'm calling and I'm hoping that somebody somewhere is watching your show tonight lives in Lagos and says, wow, and cry out loud because something needs to be done immediately, not tomorrow, now. It calls for urgency, it calls for action by the authority. That bridge needs to be blocked until something underneath is done, work is done. All these billions and trillions they're looting can actually save life. Precious, otherwise you will be sitting here one day. You're a newsbreaker. You'll come up with one of the evening and then give us this one of your sad news that one of the, maybe 1,000 people in that bridge being collapsed and something is gone wrong. I know you break the news. We don't want to hear that from you. We want to hear that you come up and say, oh, the bridge I highlighted some time ago has been fixed. Station time, they say, saves 9. There is still time for them to do something before it gets too late. I can see it's horrible. It looks awful. I'm sure TY will agree with me that in any part of the world where the government is functioning, no human being, not even a dog, will access that bridge. It will be blocked. But here we are. We're talking about in a country where nobody cares. As long as within their cronies they're okay, they're fine. So that's my first point. My second point is I don't know if anyone listening to Arise News morning show today, Rufai Husseini Abati and Dr. Abati and Ayo. I know what I love Rufai, and I just pray and hope there are so many people who would have the conscience and the integrity this young man has and cannot be bought over by anybody. He says it how he feels about it, and he puts his head on the line. There are points he raised which I completely agree with him. Osun State, what the president did. Well, I don't like to call him president, but what Mr. Tinubu did, because I never believed he won in 2023 anywhere. He stole his way into power. But it is what it is. Let's
No,
move
no,
on.
no, CJ, please. He's the president of Nigeria. I don't know.
Well,
He's your
well,
person.
well, Precious. Okay, Precious. You have your opinion. I have my opinion. I'm sure you will respect that. In quote, he find his way into power. I'm not the only one saying it. I'm not the only one. There are people who live in Nigeria who challenge and say to his face every day that he stole his way into power. People don't hide. Otherwise, I shall you.
I understand. I understand all that sentiment, but it is what it is right now. For the
It is
sake,
what it is. So
let's
let
not
me
tax it
just go
ourselves.
ahead and make my point because the man is not worth arguing for anywhere. Um, the point I want to make is that he ordered EFCC to unfreeze the account. What does that tell us? I mean, that says a lot about what he knows and what he does not know. So you know that saying that says that isn't any smoke without fire. Um, you know, sometimes there are facts, serious facts attached to this. What we understood from his actions means he has. I've said that here before. This man has every institutions in the country in his pocket. He calls the tune. He dictates the tune of the music. So if Precious tomorrow, if he wants to order EFCC to come after you, he has the power to say it, even when you've done nothing wrong. If you say anything against
So
him,
the powers that he has is not unique to him as an individual. It is in the office of the president of Nigeria,
Precious, we're talking
and he
about a
didn't give
body.
himself that power. Just so you know.
The EFCC, my view, should be independent of anybody. They
Well, they've been
shouldn't be
misusing
in.
it.
Well, it isn't. But the point is that
Oh, wow.
he uses them as a weapon against his opponents.
Every
Against
president will want to use them as a weapon.
not
Other presidents have been accused
again,
in the past of doing
Precious.
so.
Only in
TY
Nigeria
is
this
here, he
happens.
knows. Uh-huh.
Only in my country, only in my beloved country that this happens, Precious. Okay? Only in my beloved country that you can use police against your opponent. Only in my beloved country that you can use EFCC against your opponent. Only in my beloved country that you can use judiciary against your opponent. Only in my beloved country that President does that. From my memory, serves me right. So what I'm saying is that when he ordered them to unfreeze the account, I mean, he knew something from the beginning because he's heard the outcry of people like me and you and all Nigerians who are clamoring all over the world. Davido made a comment about saying he's going to go and take this to the international community. Obviously, he said something about talking to Trump or involving Trump
Yes.
and all that sort of things.
Mhm.
And then he's probably looked at this.
CJ,
He doesn't.
CJ, that was what did the magic.
What makes
Thank
you
you.
think so? Why are you people like this? Why do you think that that's what did the magic?
So my brother is saying the fact, Precious. And this is why they call you a PC woman leader. But when I hear this in the comment section, I just laugh my head off. Why are you accusing my sister now? She knows nothing. It's so
So you
innocent.
know I'm
That's all right. But
innocent. Thank
yeah,
you for having
she's
small
very
bit
innocent. But I get it. I get it. But I get it. It's just the fun part of it because everybody's stressed. We have to find a way to ease our fun. And poor Precious is willing to take our bullets for it. So yeah, back to my point. TY, you are absolutely spot on. That was what did the magic, and he doesn't want the attention of international community in Osun State because Precious, remember what I said the other day. Osun State is a sample. Is when you cooking a soup and you want to test how delicious. You know that one you put in the front of test, put in your finger, how we do it. TY, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's it to test. That's a test of what the soup will taste like in 2027. They are desperate. I've heard this from my sources very close to Osun State. I've heard this from my sources that that work, they work in relevant places in Nigeria. They are desperate to take Osun State. They are desperate to take Osun State by all means, by any crook, by any means. They want to take it. So now they've taken it back. He's kind of clawed back his action to try and deflect from the reality. It doesn't mean they've run away. No, they still got the underground work of rigging that they're plotting to do. They've not gone away. And remember, there are two things here. When somebody says, "Ty, you look like a thief," I think you look like a thief. I'm going to tell the whole world. You had an argument with someone, but okay, you know what? See, TY, now you're no longer a thief. I don't think you are. But you've been blackmailed already. You've been made to look like a thief. Well, even when you're not, right? You've been made, the world sees you. So if anything goes wrong now, they will say, the Osun State governor, we unfreeze the account because we knew he was going to use that money to buy a vote. So he's been blackmailed as the Mr. Rigger, right? The kettle calling the pot black. You understand the joke here? Is something they're building up to, so that they will allow them to play their game nicely on the 15th. So that's my point. It hasn't gone away, but then the attention won't go away. So I think we should continue to keep the heat on. Whatever we're saying, whatever platform we're on, crying and calling them out. We keep calling them out because people are hearing this. People are watching this. We know that everything we're saying is no longer about Nigeria. It's global. We've got Nigerians every part of the world right now monitoring, getting involved, and they are calling our people out. So he knows Tinubu was behind this. Nothing has get me right, hear me very well, hear me very, very well. No decision has been taken to do this, to freeze the account without his approval. Nobody did. It was his order. Now he's come back to try and make himself look like, oh, I wasn't aware of it. I am
CJ,
oh, no,
CJ, who told you that?
I,
CJ.
he, Precious, hold a gun to my neck, and I'm saying it again. He's trying to put himself like the good guy. Oh, EFCC, you're the bad guy. Oh, why did he do this without telling me? You're a silly boy. Stop it. I'm going to put the clock back on you. You know what? I'm going to get my can. I'm going to whip you a little bit so you don't do it next time. How dare you, Mr. President? We are not
CJ,
fools.
CJ, can I ask you a question, if you don't mind? Sorry for interjecting. The local government funds have been withheld for some time now. So didn't he know that?
He knew. He knew.
So, so that's the question I'm asking. Because it's not as if this is just happening for the first time. The
Of
local
course
government
not.
thing was withheld. And what was the intention? To totally emasculate, the opposition, cause an insurrection, because the people are not paid. They're going to riot. They're going to see the government in bad light and all that. So, and in any case, if you go by even the law that he has passed or that has been passed, the local government money is not even Supreme Court has ruled. There's a case that Supreme Court ruled. I think it was
Yeah,
the Lagos case or somewhere. The funds is not meant for. It's not for your state government. It's for a local government, which is a subnational. Which itself has some autonomy. The money
that's
goes
correct.
to them. Why are you withholding it? It's not your money. It's not your state's
No,
Osun
no,
state's government money, and
no,
it's the people that you're punishing. You're not
no, no,
punishing
no,
the
no.
governor. So
Listen, you need to
if they are
understand the
just
way this
reacting
man
now,
thinks. You need to understand the way Tinubu think. If you go back, you're very much aware how he governed in Lagos State, right? He is a monarch. He owns everything. Everything goes through him. Like you've got to worship him. He is a god. He's a god over the people around him, and he's a god over the people he governs. That's how he does. When you give Agbero a chance to become God, a ruler, a leader, this is what they do. This is what is. I am going to come to another Agbero again that really gets on my nerves. That I'm calling people, and I've got lots of my friends from Edo State that I really want to rip my head off. They're like, if we go to Nigeria, we would definitely go to march down to this man's house, and we will ask him, stop disgracing us. He's painting them black because I tell you what. Before I digress, if there is a state in Nigeria where their people are so vocal and so honest about situations they see, is Edo State. They do not, it cannot buy them over. They are very, very vocal and very direct about it. They fear nobody, right? They are fed up with this man. And when I say fed up, they are fed up with him, especially the youth of Edo State. They are waiting for him in 2027. He said he's going to deliver a photo for how many million? 3 million, right? To Tinubu. Let him rig in Edo State. He will rig his life and rig his family. So that's where they're waiting for him. But that's that aside. So back to what I was
CJ,
saying
when are
about
you
Tinubu.
finishing? When are you finishing your thoughts? It's okay. CJ. Hey. Hey.
Precious, please. Well, I'm going to talk about fake agency and I will be done. The fake agency, bringing it together with about what I was saying about True State. It's a complete example of my point. That is just to validate what I said about Tinubu. No smoke with if no one ever has a power to do any of these things. This thing, the fake agency order, he was aware of it. He was part of the gang. He knew. Let me tell you why nobody can be anybody. His cronies cannot be implemented because he gave them. They made him aware. It was this. It was a deal. It was a plot between all of them. He was the master who sat aside, looked like the good guy. So none of his cronies can be implicated. Never, because if they do, he said he will be dragged into it. So that's why Bajamia, is it Baja, whatever he's called, he will never be implicated. He wouldn't allow that to happen. So he knew about the fake agency. It was another method which he uses to siphon Nigerian money. So this guy, we want to see this guy on live television interrogated. Let Nigerians watch him. Let open his mouth and say what he knows. And then Precious, then if anytime I come on here and say something, then if he can ask me stop, shut up, I will shut up. I'm telling you. If they think that if the Tinubu believes he's honest, he knows nothing, he's brave, let this guy be interrogated, questioned on live television. How did this fake agency start? Who helped you? Who did he speak to? There will be fire in the country. I want to make this point today. This is the last time you hear about this fake agency story. You'll be dead. You will never hear about that guy. That guy will be secretly released, sent to Dubai or somewhere, given a lot of money to survive, shut him up, and tell us that he's been locked up in jail. This is the evil they perpetrate in this country. Tinubu knows about the fake agency. He knew about the Osun State. Every bad thing that this government that happens, all the stuff. Look. What about my brother Umahi? What he's doing, nobody can do anything to him, right? He knows something. If you're in APC, your sins are forgiven. You're guaranteed to go to heaven, right? It doesn't matter what you do. Go on the street, buy somebody, and you're okay. It's fine. It's fine. You'll be forgiven. Yaya Bello, it's okay. You can loot trillions. Okay, you're an APC member. On your mandate, you can collapse. This affliction progressive, whatever they call them, this is affliction progressive Congress. These people, in fact, is up to Nigerians. It's up to Nigerians to liberate themselves. Otherwise, this is worse than what this is worse than having a virus in your body. This APC government is a coronavirus. If we don't get rid of them in 2027, they will destroy us. Yes. And my final point is about that pastor, that man of God that came out and said something. What do you expect him to say? He's on their payroll. We know the story. My brother T.Y., God bless you for saying how he is. That's it. What the point you made was correct. Somebody spoke to me this afternoon. He says, and gave me evidences that this man is on their payroll. He will never come out and say something different. He was reminded, he was sent out to come and defend the indefensible, the evil that they're doing. But God will judge all of them. And this man, tomorrow, he stands and talks to people and says, this is why our country is going down. This is why there's no conscience. And I can't wait for 2027 for Nigerians to take their country back. Because this evil monarch, this affliction progressive Congress, that somewhere we don't know his identity.
Oh, yeah, come and be going,
know
CJ. You don't do. CJ, well done, no. Thank you. It is your opinion, but come and be going here. It's not in this platform you'll be saying all those kind of things. CJ. Hey. See why that Juma. I beg.
T.Y., did you see how my sister is shutting me down, right? He said that. She doesn't want me to speak. Because he's a PC woman leader.
How will you be the APC woman leader with that portfolio now?
I am suspecting that they gave her a car. I'm suspecting. Because she's driving a new car. She's driving a Porsche car. So I'm wondering.
Your phone,
If like say they don't reward her with the car.
That's got Tinubu.
Now me and my 1975 Jalopy still they struggle for this Nigerian road. 1975 car now still they drive. No worry. Maybe when we second tenor. Maybe after second tenor they will give me my own car.
Okay, what about the phone? Have you got the phone?
Now that one I they wait for because that phone supposed to give me long life and prosperity. I never see my own.
Oh, okay. All right. Because you sound tonight, you sounding a lot more than you've got the phone.
CJ, please. Mr. Ken, I was about rounding up. Let me just let you drop a thought reply because CJ wants to put
Yes, quickly, CJ, the eyes have it. We are in support of you. Don't let the women leader intimidate you. The eyes have it. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, customer.
Good evening, my brother.
I don't know where to start from, but Nigeria is the only country where somebody we don't know book go the advice who know book on how to read book. I don't call
Yeah,
anybody name.
Okpebolo. No, he's Okpebolo. He's
person, person,
Okpebolo.
person wey don't know book. They advise person wey at least know book say na like this you suppose read book.
It's
Only in
not.
Nigeria.
The worst
It's not
governor
easy to
ever
Eh?
get
in the history of
D7. Oh,
Nigeria is Monday
I
Okpebolo.
know.
it's not easy to get D7. Oh, it's not easy to get D7 in school sat now. It's
only
not easy.
only in Nigeria. At least the reason why I'm not even hard on him is that at least he present D7. He oga no present at all. He oga just present university straight. No D7, no everything. And you see some senior advocate of nuisance coming on TV, neglecting their family to come and defend what is not right. We have lost all sense of morality. And I think Adeleke is the one putting himself halfway in the water and trying to float. Go all out with these people. Tit for tat. Everything for everything. Defend your vote. By now, I think the thing should be telling Oshu people is come out en mass, follow your vote everywhere. Let's use it as a model to be able. If you look, I saw in the news today, the he said it's the emir of Iwo telling other obas that they must vote for APC, that nobody should come and campaign that they are for Tinubu or whatever it is. Nobody should come that they are for, because when Buhari was there, they were getting 100,000 from local government. Now their money has quadrupled because of local government autonomy. So it's about them. It's not about the people. It's about their own selfish interests, not about the people. That's the kind of level we have degenerated to. And a king, Honey of Ife, telling me that Olodo of Kogi and D7 are people that we should emulate, that they are humble. Ah, I don't know anymore. Like this Tinubu regime brought out a lot of people from their shell. You can see the Adakobas, they've disappeared from the radar. They used to be the people shouting on top of their voices, but now everybody know where they belong. The only people you've been seeing talk is Patutomi and few people, Peter Saidi. That those are the guys that have been coming up consistently talking. Those people who claim they fought for democracy have all gone below the sea. You can't even see them. Where are we going? And finally, what did we expect from ICPC? To come and tell us whether Biamila is guilty? It's not possible now. How you go tell thief, make you judge thief? It's not possible. They only have to come out with all kinds of crooked story. They are talking to people who said education is scam. Why they got the secretariat was that the key was broken. Come on now. How low can we descend? Like there's no longer low anymore. We have totally disappeared from the radar. And that's why I'm saying that 2027 is going to be tit for tat. If you refuse for us to count the vote, we will count the person. This country needs to be redeemed. And let us not get it wrong. You can see what our orange man did today. Even though Supreme Court said birthright is
Orange,
illegal,
sorry,
he went
what
ahead
you
and
call
signed
like
it.
make I not call waiting you call. What is
Orange
going on?
man.
The guy not grill,
He
you know
went
they
ahead,
sign up.
he
Every
went ahead
single
and
thing he
signed it.
said he would do during his campaign, he's doing them.
You understand? Now the people are telling him you know fit, you know go happen. And that's the good thing about this society where we are. The people will stand up to him. Supreme Court already said it's not possible. If you are born here, you are born here. Forget about what your parents have and don't have. Now you are going ahead to say that no, you must sign a law which is illegal. But people are standing up.
Now let's see if they sign that kind of law in our dear country, Nigeria. Nobody will stand up. Everybody will start shouting, "On your mandate, they shall fight." They will start singing. How low
Not be
can
so
we
that they
descend?
sing. Yeah, Oga, can you say your own no good? Not be so that they sing am.
Okay. I've told you the eyes have it this evening. Yesterday, a disguised APC member came to talk, and I don't know why they're always pressing Dr. Cash whenever Dr. Cash comes around. The man has a perspective of Nigeria will be good again. Let us try and believe in that perspective. And he's seen it, he's practiced it, he's been there. And when he's telling us some things, yes, he has his own opinion. But let's not water it down, because the way we are watering it down, that these people, nobody has monopoly of anything. Somebody has said all is fair in politics, but is also forgetting that if he's saying all is fair in politics, the tactics he's bringing to the game, people already know. The people who work with him knows. Are you telling me that all the 5 families happy with him? They're not happy. Yes, the guy, did everything with him. Why are you incarcerating the guy? What has he done that Lion of Ebonyi State have not done? Did you see the news you showed us yesterday, Madam Precious? Or I saw it in where a bridge that Winfru, the governor of Ebonyi, is constructing. They have not commissioned bridge, or they have not finished. Bridge have started collapsing. They are using ordinary sand without cement from government house. He's the contractor. He is the contractor of the bridge. They are building. His company.
It's structural error.
And then somebody would, if you talk, oh, this road is not good, you say, come and do debate. Let's go on debate. Let's do all that. That is the law we have degenerated to. And like I said, we all have to stand up. This one, there is no chere were. Finally, from me, Madam Precious, keep pushing the gadget thing you were talking about. I know you said it one time, but you did not follow up on it. So please follow up on it. Even though if I can buy one and send it to you, or somebody can buy 2, that is achievable. On election day, we want to get a first-hand information.
In that regard, I have a bit of a character flaw. I do not like to disturb people for something.
We know, but this one disturb because now for all of us.
I don't. That yesterday make a second time where I don't mention them. I don't try now. I don't try. But
some people might not be here yesterday, so please.
Again, I go raise them again too. But I don't think it's fair that I'll be disturbing people with this every day. I don't think that's fair. So, but I appreciate you, sir.
Precious, we have to do something. We have to do something. I think what will happen is share our numbers with the 3 guys, CJ and Ken. And we'll get some people.
I don't have CJ's number. I don't even know you.
CJ, call CJ. Call Precious on her number, and
meanwhile, the Barrys. I think he went to contact me with the old WhatsApp, and I couldn't see his message. So the Barrys, please, if you can hear me, please message me on this new WhatsApp, please.
I have your new WhatsApp.
Precious,
I will message you so I can have my number.
Something?
Please, thank
Precious,
you.
Can you email me or send me a message, because I don't want to put my number on the platform.
No, you will message me. Send me a message on WhatsApp. You have my WhatsApp.
Where's your WhatsApp number?
The place
is on the comment section.
On the comment section. Okay, yes. I'll have a look.
Yes, where you got the link to come in. I think the WhatsApp is there. I have it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, let's I just want to suggest something. I think at this point, we've been talking and talking and talking. We can reach Precious, and Precious can get us together somehow. When I say get us together, there are people here that I like to speak with. I don't have their numbers, and I can reach Precious and drop my number for Precious, and you can also do that. And maybe we can, in our own time, find a way that we can, brainstorm on our own and see what we can do.
You guys really need to
how does it sound?
Election beyond talking.
We need to because beyond we can start sending those stuff if we have them to you. Whatever numbers we have is going to help so that on this election, Let it not be that we're talking. We're also contributing our part, And for me, like I said, I'm also telling the people I'm meeting where I'm empowering them. No PVC. That's the first stage for me. No way. And I'm empowering them also that if I know you have PVC and I know you will vote Agbado, nothing for you. I know that means you are okay. Go and be eating Agbado, so that you'll be fine. But we that are the kuli and Akara people, we can come together, and do much more. So we understand, Madam Precious, that you don't like to bother. Yes, we agree, but hey, we're also going to come around to help in our own little way, so that on that election day we can have first class and first hand information. I'm listening to some guys on Twitter, and they said they developed an app that will transmit election result real time. I've had those guys, they're young guys, they've been talking on Twitter space. I've been hearing them for a while now, and I think they said they want to try it in Oshun, in some few local governments in Oshun. So let's see if it's going to work, that they can transmit real time, and we'll see it online what is going on. That way, everybody will be hands on deck. I do not believe that somebody has monopoly to rig everybody out. It's not possible. If we all stand our ground, things can happen.
Thank you. Thank you. CGOJ asked them if foreign investors can sue our government. They can sue now if they have any grievance now. They can sue if they have any grievance now. Nobody stopped them from suing. But the problem
is
now,
just that if you take the case to court, Madam Precious, they will not call the case till 2020,
No,
2030.
it depends on the nature of the case. There are people who have sued the federal government or so outside Nigeria, and they got judgment.
Outside,
And,
we are talking about outside.
yes.
Ogatiwa, I'm talking about inside Nigeria. The
No,
last
because
time they sued
this
Madam Precious' brother when they brought expatriate, it was the day they call off expatriate work that they brought the case up in Supreme Court.
No, this is a foreign investor. Let us assume. Let's paint a scenario. Using the question that she's asked. I'm a foreigner. I'm an investor. I went into an agreement. I did business with maybe government or whatever agency,
You sue them,
and then I feel scammed, or I feel that things the contract was violated, or I'm owed, I'm not paid. You can take up that. You can sue.
Take them
Even
to court.
outside. Yes,
You
and then
remember
when they
doing
give you judgment, they can ask you if it's the federal government impound their plane. If you know any federal government possession outside Nigeria, give us the details.
Yeah.
And
You
they
remember
give you
during
the you
Buhari
gotta
time,
find it.
Ogatiwa, when the Ogun State went and committed one blunder of a contract, that the
Yes,
guys sued
with
them and started
Chinese.
taking over our embassies everywhere.
Yes, with
You can
Chinese.
sue
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Yeah, you get your money. You can sue them.
yeah.
You can sue them.
All right.
So it's very
Okay.
possible.
All right. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you guys big time. It's always a pleasure to have us. Please, I need to speak to the Barrys. The Barrys, wherever you are, please contact me on the new WhatsApp number. It's very important that I see you, that I discuss with you what I intended to discuss with you yesterday. Mr. Ken, Mr. CJ, please send me a message on WhatsApp.
I
So
will send you, once we finish, I'll send the message to
see
you.
why
WhatsApp.
All right. Thank you.
The
So tomorrow, sir,
Precious.
sir.
The only thing will make me not day happy today. Now because we not talk about your uncle.
Oh.
Because I found out
This is my village people do now.
I found out that you are protecting your uncle. So tomorrow, find news about your
That is
uncle. Let
not
us,
true.
because
That is, I am not protecting anybody.
okay,
I cannot protect anybody because nobody
okay,
can pay me to protect them. And I
okay,
can say this authoritatively.
okay.
Never
So
born that person away.
tomorrow there's quite a lot of news about your uncle. Yeah, you get so many uncles. So that the
I
Yeah.
don't
know
even know the particular uncle now where they talk about self.
Oh,
And for my mama's
integrity.
side, I be my papa's side.
No, Mr. Integrity.
Oh, chim.
So let's talk about Mr. Integrity tomorrow, because in court
Nobody.
we don't fool. Not the only Mahi we will talk about
No,
Professor of
anything you want
Experience.
to talk about them, I bet feel free to be the one to do the talk. So that if I put mouth for the talk now, they feel call village meeting for me. So please feel free to be the one to put your mouth in the talk. I'm fine. You can say anything you want to say. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. You know, those of us that have integrity, if you you get us to go talk now, and they go call village meeting for us. Thank you so much, Siwa Dajima. Thank you, CJ. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Mr. Ken, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you, Precious.
Let's do
Keep
this
up the
again
good
tomorrow
work.
morning.
Keep up
I
the
will
Yeah.
good
do.
work.
I
I mean,
will
I
do
know
my
it's
best. It
not
can be
easy.
very strenuous to do this, but I will keep doing my best.
I know
No,
it's
no,
not
no, no.
easy. I know we give you stress. I know we
Madam
bother you with
Precious,
your uncles, but
So,
it
unfortunately,
shows
you have
that
these bad
you are a
uncles. We
real
need to keep calling them out.
Akruka. You are Akruka lady. You strong
not be
kakaraka.
everyday person. Not be everyday person. They be aporoka. Sometimes your strengths will
No,
fail
no,
you,
you be
but it's
Akruka.
okay.
Don't worry.
We keep
It's not
pushing.
about every day. It's the
Precious,
energy you bring.
Precious, don't forget to mention one man because we have £2 here that you put. You know, easy. £2 is a lot of money.
Which man put them?
One man.
Oh, one man. Whoa, one man. Thank you. Just a little, a little Yoruba people. Can I be this now? But one man, thank you. One man, but you people, you can just give your money without it. To one man. You people like trouble in this platform. Why do people like Wahala too much in this platform? Why? 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 Well, thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll start a bit early and then we'll finish on time. Thank
All
you. Good
right.
night. God
Have a
bless you.
All right,
wonderful night.
Precious. Have a good one.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Look after yourself.
Bye
Cheers.
Thank
Bye
bye.
bye.
you. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye.
Bye.
All right. To everyone who's watching, I'd like to say a big thank you to you. Thank you so much for being part of the show. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. You know what I always say: protect your mental health because the stories around right in Nigeria and things happening in Nigeria can be mentally overwhelming. So, I mean, I'm a beneficiary or a victim of it, and I can tell you that. So, please, in all of this, protect your mental health. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Let's do this again tomorrow evening, God willing. At the meantime, good night and God bless you. Bye.